Here's a solution for day 2, problem 1. Identify the x-intercept and y-intercept for the graph of this equation. So let's do the x-intercept first. Find the x-intercept of an equation, substitute 0 for the letter y. So if we put a 0 right here, then this part of the equation becomes 0. So it'll say 0 equals 2x minus 6. That means that x has to be equal to 3 because 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 take away 6 would be 0. So I've got that the x-intercept is 3. When we graph the line, it's going to cross the x-axis at 3. The marks don't show up very good, but right there is 3 on the x-axis. Okay, now let's do the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept of any equation, we can substitute 0 for the letter x. So that's going to make this part of the equation turn out to be 0. So it's going to look like 4y equals negative 6. And then this can be solved by dividing by 4. So we'll have y equals negative 6 divided by 4. Another way to write this is negative 1.5. So we have our y-intercept. It's negative 1.5. On the y-axis, the diagonal line that we're going to draw is going to cross through negative 1.5. So here's the origin. Here's negative 1. Here's negative 2. Negative 1.5 will be right in the middle between negative 1 and negative 2. So here's that dot. And then we can draw the line. Now day 2, problem 2. The height of a plant, h of x, is a function of the time that it's been in the ground, x, in weeks. A plant was 4 inches tall when it was put in the ground, and it grows 2 inches per week. Question A, write a function equation for the situation. So we're going to model the height of the plant in terms of how long it's been in the ground. Well, it was 4 inches tall to begin with. That's the initial value. And then its height increases, so I'm going to add. And we're told the rate of change is 2 inches per week. And let's use the letter x to represent how many weeks. So that's 2x. So here is our function equation. And then in part B, we can use that equation to find the height of plants at these points in time. So the height of a plant 3 weeks after it's put in the ground is 4 plus 2 times 3, which is 10 inches tall. The height of a plant 5 weeks after it's put in the ground is 4 plus 2 times 5. That's 14 inches tall. And last, the height of a plant 12 weeks after it's put in the ground is going to be 4 plus 2 times 12. And that's 28 inches tall. Don't forget the units of measure every single time there. And in part A, when it asks for a function equation, equations always have an equal symbol. And a function equation always begins with symbols that are like this. The 2 variables where the 1 variable is in parentheses. That shows how this variable is connected to this other one in some way.